It's stopping us from living and feeling and thinking in an expansive way because we're too busy surviving with all the stuff we keep compressing and suppressing and repressing.
The understanding that the body and the nervous system holds on to traumas and emotion like a sponge holds on to water. And that cannot be figured out through the mind. It must be released through the body. Can you talk to us about your practices when it comes to your body? Because I find you to be one of the most disciplined people when it comes to that.
Oh, thanks, man. I think you see me better than I see myself in that way. I appreciate that. If I was to simplify my practices, it's this, right? And I'll give you then one very specific important practice. It's breath, sound, and movement if we're talking about the body. And so we breathe deliberately in a particular way, and that could be to downregulate or upregulate our system. So it could be more like deliberate hyperventilative style breathing, like something like that, or a calmer breath, like 4 inhale, 4 pause, 4 exhale, 4 pause, just giving you some basic, that's a box breath, simple stuff. And then sounding, of course, whether it's vagal toning, like humming, just to settle the nervous system and get you into more regulation. And then movement, whether it's exercise, walking, doing star jumps, whatever you need in that moment. Like, you've got to learn to be in tune with yourself, obviously. One of the simple practices that I have as I'm working through some stuff at the moment around reactivity and aggression and like 0 to 100, that type of thing, I'm noticing that what's really important for me is like a 4-step process. Pause and feel. Let me actually just stop doing what I'm doing and let me feel the agitation. Let me feel the tension. Let me feel whatever it is, right? Step number 2, animate and express the tension, however it wants to express. So I may say to myself, how do I want to express right now? I want to shadow box, right? Or I want to stomp my feet, or I want to do 25 burpees, or I want to scream into a pillow. Cool. Do the thing. Once that feels complete, observe, sit in silence and stillness, lay down, whatever, and just observe. Is it still there? Does it need more? Do I have to repeat? Or has it dissipated? And then step 4 is, if it needs repetition, repeat. It's really 3 steps. So that's really important practice for me. And why it's important for me, and I think it's important for so many people, is we move out of recycling our shit and we move into expansion. Like, we move into the possibility of abundance because we're not holding on to the stuff that's so painful. Right? And it's stopping us from living and feeling and thinking in an expansive way because we're too busy surviving with all the stuff we keep compressing and suppressing and repressing. That's why I think it's an important practice for all of us.